Hey guys, so it's me, Nicolette Mashile, and today I'm quite disheartened. The story that I want to tell you guys has no quirkiness, it has no personality, but it's the reality of South Africans that I think a lot of us, especially us who are classified on the poverty line as the middle class, we might not be aware of. And if it is a thing of ignorance, I, for the first time in my life, want to actually apologize to my fellow South Africans for perhaps maybe not being able to see the other side of the realities of their life. So anyway, as you might know, we are, because we are an educational and a news show, we are classified as an essential services because our role in everything that is happening currently in South Africa, currently in the world, we are taking up a role of educating South Africans about, socio-economic issues. And so we work around the Braamfontein area, and at the Braamfontein area, at one of the street corners right in front of our studios, there's a gentleman that stands there, and he always greets me. He always says hi to me. He doesn't know my name. He calls me by my number plate. My number plate is Winners, but he calls me Mawinaiza. And we have chats, I have conversations with him. We've actually, in fact, had him on the show once on Daily Theatre, and the episode that we had him on was about what are the expectations of your family when they know that you are in Johannesburg. And he said, you have to sometimes, people think that when you are in Johannesburg, somehow you're making lots of money, and you can't kokota, so you can't knock on the door with your hands. You've got to knock with your knee or with your shoe just to show them, and they know that you are coming because you're with grocery because your hands are full, right? So this gentleman takes care of our cars. I mean, obviously he doesn't have the power to do much if your car gets stolen, but he's present. He's there all the time. He cleans the corner where our studio is. He takes care of our cars. And so obviously with the lockdown, when the lockdown started, we were anyway scheduled to take a production break. So we've gone back now to fulfilling our role as an essential service in South Africa. And this afternoon, as we were wrapping the show and leaving, I see him outside. So I asked him, "What are you doing here? Why are you on the streets? Did you not hear about the lockdown and what the president has asked us to do as South Africa so that we can flatten the curve?" And I want you to listen to his response. Let's listen to his response.
Sengibanga isinkwa nabantwana endlini. Ngibone ukuthi kungcono ngizidele uma ngabe bayangivalela bayongiphakela la kuvalelwa khona abantu. Kodwa angoni, I'm still a beggar preventing a crime la kule strat lesaseshine. Akekho umuntu ozophula noma iyiphi imoto oyibonayo la ngosizo likaSikhumbuzo.
Manje awusabi ukuthi bazokubona.
Ngisho kona ukuthi nangabe kuyaphakwa la siboshelwa khona kunandaba enkani ngizodla izingane bazongipha nje imvume ukuthi ngikhiphe lelodi kalikopho lodliwa abantwana ekhaya. Ngiyasaba ukuboshwa kodwa ngina choice as long kudliwa nje.
So into yakho as long as uthola iplate kungcono nokuthi uhlale ekhaya.
Ngivalelwe bafethu.
Yeah.
Kube bengisendlini nawo amahewu bengingeke ngiwaphuze. Ngithi ngilanda 14 days. Ngokuphuma kwami ngithathe le risk. Bayangazi I'm a protector, I'm not a theft.
And uyazi uyasinakekela la Smith Street Henry Street and Smith Street uyasinakekela all the time.
Ongangazi uzobuya fika. And I don't obligate people, I just beg what you have.
So bangakususa bayokuhlalisa la bahlalise
abantu abangenandawo zokuhlala. Ngingajabula ngife inkani nje kuphakwa. Akukho nje ngikubisayo mina bafethu.
Ufuna ukudla kuphela.
Bafethu indlala isifo esixaka noma ubani noma kungathi usikhonza khona ongakanani indlala angeke uyimele. Ngibekezele for the 11 days edlulile. Ngiqale ukuphuma izolo. Is my second day ngiphanda la. 15 rand 50 taxi kunzima nokubuyela emuva sengivele ngilale khona la entabeni.
Yo mngani wami.
Nginithanda
Inhliziyo yami
nonke.
ibuhlungu kanjani?
Nawungibona la ungibona khona obvious uzongithola khona Hendrik and Smith.
Ngingazama ukuthi ngikutholele abantu ukuthi bakulethele igroza uzobuyela ekhaya.
Yes ma'am, as long as ngizobe ngiphethe ngapha nangapha kanje kuzoba lula ukuthi bazojabula.
Asambe lapha eBP yabona.
Yes ma'am.
Asambe bhali.
It is an absolutely dire time in our country when a man chooses to rather be jailed just so he can get a plate of food. We need to. My ex co-host used to say, "Kwamele sizinuke amakhwapha." We need to look at ourselves as South Africans, as people that contribute to the economy, as people that have voices to be able to speak on behalf of those who might not be given a platform to be able to speak, and ask the question, how did we get here? Yes, this man may have made past mistakes.
Okay, asikhuluma. Usibonzani?
I used to break this car ngabo 89 90 ukuza kanje.
Yazi mina ngizalwe ngo88.
Oh, I'm so sorry when ngiyabona le nto lezi crazy ngipayisa lokho.
Mdala wena.
Mara ngizozidaya.
So you used to break these cars and then why did you stop?
And then I realized ukuthi crime does not pay. I'm supposed to have my own things now, but ngisebenzele emuva, ngibuyela emuva, ngizondwa abantu for into engekho. But now I'm the one who's protecting
and
them.
then you protect our cars.
Bonke abantu abahamba la ongangazi uzobuya fika, ongaziyo akalibhali.
Mara ungafika umuntu ozotshotshela imoto yangu uzobenzani?
Hayi, futhi lena
Ungagijimisa.
sisi ungaphuma ngembambe kanje la.
Wakakuthembi.
Guys, honest, babuze bonke lana.
Uzomgijimisa?
Angeke aze aphume nokustarta le moto.
Sure, okay. Sasambe ke,
Hayi
sasambe Pick
lena
and Pay.
kuphela zonke.
Asambe Pick and Pay.
But in a global pandemic, in a global crisis where the economy could potentially be in ruins of not just the country, but globally, we've got to ask ourselves, have we allowed poverty to shame and bring scum and take away the dignity of our people, where a person can choose to rather go and be in jail or be held somewhere just so he can get a plate of food, just so he doesn't have to fight with his children for bread? I don't know. I don't know what we need to do, but I'm appealing to you as South Africans to help me help other South Africans, because at the end of the day, we as a country, when it comes to what is currently happening, we are as vulnerable as the most vulnerable person in our country. And if we are not going to step up and help those who are the most vulnerable, then can we really truly call ourselves a patriotic nation? Can we truly stand up and say, we are South Africa, rona ke rona South Africa borwa? Can we really say that? And so I decided, you know what, let me do my part. And I said, let's go to the nearest BP, which is one close to where we were, so I could try and buy something for him so I can get him off the street, because I don't know what will happen to him if he does get, arrested. I don't know what is going to happen. I don't want to find out. I don't want him off the street, because at the end of the day, if he's off the street, I'd rather he's off the street and he is somewhere where he is safe. He is somewhere where he's getting meals. He's somewhere where he's able to take his treatment, because he is on, he's got an illness where he is on treatment. And I want to make sure that he drinks his medication on a full stomach, because some medication requires that you drink it on a full stomach. I would know, I am sick myself, and the medication I take, I would not dare take it on an empty stomach. So we go to the BP, and unfortunately he says to me, Nicolette, Mawinaiza, because he doesn't know my name. And right there and then I'm like, listen, I actually need to tell you what my name is, because my name is Nicolette. My surname is Mashile. And then he says to me, Mwana wako mapula neng Bushbuck Ridge. I'm like, yes, sir, that is me. He says, let's go to Pick and Pay, because I might get better than what I will get here. So now I ask him, where's the Pick and Pay? He says, no, the Pick and Pay is a bit of a walk. And again, in my privilege, I say to him, no, I'm not going to walk to the Pick and Pay. So I get him into my car. And as we're driving, he says to me, is there a smell that you can smell? I'm like, well, yes. He says, that's me, because I didn't bath itolo. And again, my heart breaks. He's like, "Agnantsipho, Nicolette. I have to choose between buying soap or buying bread for my children." Guys, my heart breaks. We get to Braamfontein, and of course there is policing. Police visibility is there, and it's amazing because the lockdown is so important for the flattening of the curve of this COVID-19. But it paints a picture. Our people are standing outside the Pick n Pay in a queue, and it paints a picture for me that I don't see in the suburbs. A picture that you don't see in this cocoon that we're living in, some of us. And I say to him again, my privilege says, time. I can't wait in the line. Luckily for me, he himself is like, "Nicolette, I'm not going to stand in this line." So I'm like, okay, now, because I'm not even sure of whether he's on drugs or not, I ask him this question. I'm like, "Ungathenga utshwala. Don't buy alcohol with, this money that I'm going to give you, because I'm going to have to give you the cash so that you can go to the nearest shop where you live. So I want you to get onto a taxi." Ngithi mina uya kuphi? Uthi uye Jabulani. He's going to Jabulani. I'm like, okay, sharp. Ithi let me put you emateksini aye Jabulani. Let me put you where the taxis are that go to Jabulani. He's like, I can only get them at Bree. I'm like, sharp, no problem. I'm not going to go to Bree. My privilege again. I'm not going to go to Bree because I don't want to be SPTPT. Forgetting there's a lockdown. There's no SPTP. There should be no SPTP. No problem. He says, "No, put me there where Mandela Bridge starts." I'm like, okay, not a problem. So we get onto the road, and unfortunately or fortunately, we get lost because now both of us, he knows the taxi route. I don't even know how to get to Mandela Bridge. So we go, and I make a decision to say, you know what? Bree is just here, Nicolette. Take this man to Bree. I drive him to Bree taxi rank. We get there. We just see people. People are leaning against the wall. They are against the wall. They are waiting. People have groceries. People have kids. You can see people are coming from clinics. People are coming from buying their groceries, and they're waiting. So eventually he's so excited. He's like, I'm a celebrity today. Everybody can't believe that I'm in this car with you, looking the way I look. And I'm like, my brother, we're all in this together. This thing, it doesn't choose. Today we can all be celebrities. Tomorrow we can all be in a bogies. It doesn't matter. He asked the security guard, Uguti, where can he get a taxi to Jabulani? The security guard says, "No, move backwards." So we put my car into reverse. I put my hazards on. We drive backwards in reverse. And eventually we get to these ladies that are standing outside. And we ask them, "Mama, where do we get taxi to Jabulani?" She's like, "Right here." But he's figure on 4. This is 12 o'clock midday. The taxi is going to get there at 4. Now, of course, I'm in line and I'm compliant with the laws of public transportation that our Department of Ministry, Ministry of Transport has set, because they are important to flattening the curve. But my privilege again kicks in. I can get into my taxi and drive to my house. He has to wait until 4 o'clock to be able to get on a taxi to take him home. So I want to call on to all of you guys to please, during this time, check your privilege. Check your privilege, because these are the realities of the poorest people in our country. When you are being asked to stay at home so we can flatten the curve, so that we can get South Africa to contain this virus as quickly as possible, so we can get the economy going again, we're not doing it because we don't like South Africans. We're not doing it because it's for shits and giggles. We're doing it because we want to revive the economy so that we can help even the people that are being hit the hardest. I'm here crying about having to pay rent for a business I have not even launched yet, but I'm sitting in my house. I've got food. I've got access to medication. I can get into my car at any point, and now I've got a permit to move around. That's my privilege that I need to check, because other people don't have those privileges. Other people don't have those privileges. Other people, for them to be able to unlock a privilege of just being on the street to beg, have to now debate whether they're getting arrested or whether they're able to raise 15 rand just to buy bread. So I'm asking you, South Africa, to check your privilege. Thank you.
Richard Mabuya.
Sikhumbuzo Richard Mabuya.
Yeah, Vilakati.
Vilakati seyakabani manje?
Originally yami kababami uVilakati but uMabuya lona ukamama ngoba ungitholele ekhaya umama.
Oh, okay.
Ngisebenzisa le kamama epasini mara it's a long story ubaba bathi washona kushoda 2 months.
Okay, it's drive.